Watercolors, you can contain them, but inside the lines, it kind of creates this little world inside of wherever you put your water. I love watching that happen. I love letting the water and the color do the work once I just kind of drop it in with my paintbrush. The more that I've worked in the medium of watercolor, the more I see it whenever I look anywhere, and I'm always constantly looking at the sky and thinking, what would that look like if I used watercolor?
At 3 years old, she began creating art. With each passing year, her passion for painting grew and blossomed into her career.
I've been doing watercolors for about 4 or 5 years. The medium it's very spontaneous, and you have to think quickly, and you can't really overthink. The watercolors allowed me to kind of let go, and I think that I can always apply that to my life too. It's like I have to learn how to let go and not overthink things, and then that's where I kind of become more successful.
Through the swirls of color and water, Jessica specializes in fashion and beauty illustrations. And her illustrations have been featured in numerous fashion magazines and beauty campaigns.
Harper's Bazaar, they did a list of 11 fashion illustrators to follow on Instagram, and I was the 11th one, and they had one of my pieces, and they said that my art was not just about fashion, but there was an emotional feeling to it. The arts are what I feel like I know the most about. It's what I'm most passionate about. The confidence that I gained with my art also allowed me to have more confidence as a woman.
Jessica's dream of being an artist and illustrator was discouraged by many.
People always tell you you can't make a living being an artist. When people meet me, they're always so surprised when I tell them what I do. There are people out there that discourage, whether it's their parents or maybe people who've tried to be an artist and couldn't make it. I had to stop listening to those people because I knew that I could create art. I knew that I needed it, and I would never stop making it. I like being able to show people that there are artists and they're not starving.
With a world full of art, it is hard to imagine a life without artists and their artistic creations.
Without art in our society, it'd be pretty bland and boring. Art is everywhere, and sometimes it's a little underappreciated, whether it's music, dancing, painting. These are all really important things that have been around, and they add a beauty to the world.
Now Jessica is sharing her passion through teaching others how to create color within the brushstrokes of water on paper.
When I moved to Georgia 4 years ago, I started looking up little schools here and there, and I found the art station. I started teaching on and off. I usually tell my students the first class that my goal really is to allow them to at least have 1 or 2 nights where they can walk away and they feel like they've created something that surprised them at how good it turned out. Because once you get a few under your belt where you feel like you've done something you didn't think you could do, then it just kind of propels you to want to keep creating, and that's usually my goal. I feel like for the most part I have people who just tell me that they're very inspired by my work and it makes them want to create, and I think that that's one of the greatest compliments I can receive. It reminds me that I really feel like I'm doing what I was born to do.
Hearing Jessica's story allowed me to see the importance of art in our society and in our individual lives.